Hey guys, Penny here from Monaco Nail Academy, and this past weekend my best friend Melina was up staying with me from Christchurch, and she had an amazing idea for a way to store and display her pigments in her home salon down in Christchurch. Now what Melina did was took an oven baking tray and framed it actually in a serving tray, and then used magnets to attach her pigments to the board. So we went to Spotlight in the warehouse with the full intention of recreating that for you guys on video today, except that then I found sparkly paper and I also found Velcro dots, and so our plan has kind of changed a little bit. This is how my pigments are currently stored. They're just in containers. It's not super cute. You can't really see the colors or anything like that. So we're going to shift that to the super cool sparkly paper. So I'm going to just open up the frame, and we need to flip it over and take out pretty much everything except the glass. So we obviously don't need this sample picture, but we also don't need this frame. You could, I guess you could flip it around and have the squares, or you could find a frame where you could use this, but we're not going to use it. Okay, so then I need to shape my gold paper, so I'm going to get rid of this for a second, and I'm going to use this backing board that sits in the frame to measure what I need for the paper, because if this fits the frame, so will the paper. So we'll open this up as well. I'm going to pop it down. Maybe what I'll do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to lay this on top. And then what I'm going to do is, I could use a pen, I'm going to just score it. And then take away this piece, and I can cut along the score line. Now I'm going to need 2 pieces of gold paper to fill my frame, so I'm just going to do this again. If I wasn't sure that I was going to keep the same frame, then the scoring method of sort of sectioning this paper could mean that you could actually just fold away the unused portion so that you could unfold it and make it fit a different frame at another time if you needed to. But I'm pretty confident with this frame, so I'm just going to stick to cutting it. And then what I'm going to do is bring back the glass so you can all get a nice look at the ring light again. And then we're going to pop the sparkly paper face down with our second sheet overlapping. Hopefully it'll be tucked in tight enough that that seam line that will be visible from the other side won't be too bad. Then I'm going to take my backing board, pop it in, squash it shut, and we now, to start with, have a frame full of sparkly gold paper. And I was right, the seam isn't super visible. I don't mind it at all. You could always cover it with a row of pigment. Now the difference with Melina's idea is that you can put the pigments anywhere you want, because the whole thing is magnetic, right? Like the back is magnetic, and then you take a small piece of magnet strip and put it on the base so that you can just stick them wherever you want, which is where I weighed up my options. I wasn't too sure if I wanted to do that, because with this we're using Velcro dots, so they're going to be kind of permanent additions to the glass. Alright, so you kind of need to have a rough idea of where you want your pigments to go, and I'm going to be sticking them on sort of upside down. That's my personal preference, is that I want them upside down so that I can see the color, and so I need a rough idea of where I want those. These pigments come in collections, so I know that Tiffany Blue, Romantic Rose, Heather Heaven, Pretty in Pink, Gorgeous Green, and Forget Me Not are from the same collection. And I have, how many collections do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 collections. So what I'm probably going to do is space them out. I have these Velcro dots also from Spotlight. I think they're about $4 or $5. No, I think they're $3 or $4 for a packet, and there's 20 in each packet. So I got a couple. And what I'm going to do is The packet comes with strips of fluffy sides and strips of spiky sides. So I'm going to use the spiky side on the glass because the fluffy side, or whatever is on the pigments, is what me and my clients are going to be handling most, so I want that to be the fluffy side. So I am going to move these out of the way and space 6 dots out along my glass. I want them to be fairly even. So one just ahead of each pot of pigment. And then I just need corresponding dots on the pigments, which I'm going to put on the lids, the labels, so that they sit directly on the original dots. Alright, so I'm going to keep doing this until all my pigments are on the sheet, and then I'll show you the finished result. So here's the finished board. I have my pigments really OCD arranged by collection. So we have the Pretties collection, the Brights, the Parties, It's All About the Drama, Neon Festival, the Pure, Primary Colors, the Chameleons, and then my 2 metallics. But of course you could do this any way that you wanted. And I really love the sparkly background. I think it looks super cool. It's going to be really easy for me and my clients to just grab pigments, use them, and then put them back and keep them really nice and tidy. I think altogether this project cost me about $25. I don't think anymore. I think the frame was about $10 at the warehouse. The paper was about $4 per sheet at Spotlight. And the Velcro dots were about $3 a packet at Spotlight, with 20 in each packet. So I really love this. I would love to see pictures of you trying this out yourself, or Melina's version with the magnets. So post those in the Monaco Nail Academy Pro Only Facebook group, which we will link just by this video. See you later, guys.